Bro, did y'all hear about that girl, Kada Scott? That shit got me tripping. That shit triggered me. Yeah. Cause what? For those that don't know, Kada Scott is a young black inspiring content creator. She was on the rise. Yes, she did work a 9 to 5, but that's besides the point. Clearly, she had a bunch of haters, a bunch of people that was jealous of her because she was getting another bag. Not only that, bitches that used to chill with her sister were so jealous that she was talking to the local pharmacist, and he was questioning her and wanting to know about her and not them. And yeah, I feel like they lined her up. Let me tell you my theory. So this is my theory. This is not proven. This is nor fact. This is my opinion. Okay? And that's a fact. So my theory is she, we all know her last text message was, come kidnap this ass again. And that little girl, Gabby, the reason why I say Gabby is involved is because you wanted to clear your name when nobody mentioned your name. It was a guilty conscience. You felt so guilty that you was gonna get indicted for her shit that you had to clear your name. But when you showed the receipts, it showed you called them. You was the outgoing call. He didn't call you to ask you about her. You called him, pressing him about her. Then the other little girl that took the whole world with her on a joyride with the video, talking about this is the way she went. She used to walk down this block and she used to turn right when she got to this corner specifically. She turned to the left when she walked the dog. Then you have the nerve to show her missing flyer. Bitch, you need to go down too. You need your ass beat too. So back to my theory. My theory is that when she was being questioned about Kada, she knew something. She became suspicious. She knew something was up. So she probably made him pick her up. Or she probably seen him pull up to her job. And it said that Kada died from a gunshot wound to her head. I'm wondering if it's the back of her head, because that means somebody was in the back of the car while asshole pulled up in the driver's seat. They also said they took a hammer. Now, unless he was in the car with the other girl and he was proving that there was nothing wrong, that's just how they play. Because some people play like that, and this is why you don't play like that if you're not in a relationship. Because of shit like this, shit get real. That gives no excuse as to why they took her life. That's still no excuse. But when you come from the streets don't love nobody and they don't give a fuck. I feel like he pulled up to her. And there was somebody in the back seat. When she got in the passenger seat, she thought it was just him until she realized there was somebody else in the back seat. And she tried to get out and they hit her. And when they hit her, it caught the dude off guard, and it was like, oh shit, you hit her? You hurt her. Oh, I gotta clear this up because I'm gonna get in trouble for this. So he cleared her. You know what I mean? If you get it, you get it. If you don't, keep it moving. That's what I feel happened. That's just my theory, because, like I said, them two girls had no business doing what they did. Especially being that it was a pending investigation. And then for y'all to confirm, and the text messages get leaked, that it was confirmed she was dead before the police confirmed she was dead. That means y'all knew. Y'all knew. How y'all knew she was dead? Because y'all the ones that did it. I feel so bad for Kada Scott. That shit triggered me, like I said, because it seems like a jealousy thing. Don't believe me? Go do your research. Don't just listen to a video of people telling lies and take it and fucking run with it. Do your research. I did my research. R.I.P. to that girl, Kada Scott. She did not deserve that. I got an extender on this Kada Scott case. Yes, here's a Lady NYC update. And don't come for me. Don't come for me. Because, baby, I got my reports, my fucking info. I got all that from the internet. Public domain information. So I need y'all to put y'all thinking caps on. I need y'all to make this shit make sense to me. Because Kada Scott, the police, mind you, the police is the one releasing these details. And I remember them saying that Keon King's father was the lead detective on the case when it first broke out. His father is a fucking cop. He was the lead detective on the fucking case before it blew out the fucking water. So this is what I need help with. I need somebody to help me understand, because I no matter how you shuffle the cards, baby, it don't add up. 1 + 1 is not 21. 1 plus 1 is fucking 2. So you mean to tell me y'all gonna advertise and release to the public that she was kidnapped on the 4th, and she was, y'all think, or y'all can prove that she was killed 20 to 30 minutes after being kidnapped on the 4th of October. That medical examiner just released documentation and stated that that girl died on October 18th. That shit is not making sense to me, because you can't die 2 times, baby. You cannot die and come back to life. This is not GTA. So maybe that's where the kidnapping charges come in. Like, he kidnapped her on the 4th and he waited till the 18th to kill her, and then they burnt the car. But this is the other thing. When the medical examiner released his report, that girl did not have one burn mark on that fucking body. So she wasn't set on fire in the car. So y'all releasing shit to the public because y'all trying to cover it up. That's why certain shit ain't making fucking sense. That's why certain shit ain't added up, because it don't make sense. So with that being said, I need somebody to jump in the fucking comments, and I need y'all to break that shit down to me, because it's not making any sense. If she died on the 4th, how did she die again on the 18th? Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. It don't make sense. And then the stupid ass girl that they interviewed and questioned, the 2 girls that they found the hammer and the fucking contractor bags in her house, she stated, no, nobody has access to this motherfucking phone but me. So you mean to tell me you was pretending to be Keon when you inboxed the girl or text the girl that was your new number? You was the one pretending to be Keon. I cannot make this shit up. Y'all can go look at the videos yourself. Y'all can go do your own little motherfucking research, because I did mine, baby. And when I was watching the videos, I was writing shit down like, hold the fuck up. Unless they're framing him, which I don't think they're framing him, because it was another young lady that came out with a video and that man looked crazy. So I wouldn't put it past if he's one of those possessive niggas that once he got a bitch, he feel like he own her. Is what he say and what he say go. So I don't believe that, they're framing him. I believe he has something to do with it. But make that shit make sense. How did she die on the 4th and then she died again on the 18th? I need y'all to fucking make that shit make sense to me, because no matter how much you shuffle the cards, it's not making sense. 1 plus 1 gonna always equal fucking 2, not 21, bitch. Make that shit make sense. You cannot die 2 times. On top of that, y'all hit him with kidnap charges. Y'all ain't say where the kidnapping charges came from. Unless the kidnapping charges came from him kidnapping her on the 4th and then killing her on the 18th and then getting rid of her, that's the only way. Especially because all y'all phones was pinging at the same location, everywhere together as a unit. So I wouldn't doubt it if the pops had something to do with it, and that's why the timeline is off, because that's just not making sense. If she died on the 4th, she would not have died again, and the medical examiner would have never said her death date was the 18th. So unless she was kidnapped from the 4th till the 18th. And another thing, he got hit with abuse of a corpse. You know what abuse of a corpse is, right? That means you did something to the body when it was dead. You did something to the body when it was dead. You had fun with her while she was dead. Do y'all understand what the fuck I'm saying? That shit don't make sense. I need y'all to drop it in the fucking comments. I need y'all to make that shit make sense to me, because, baby, I'm not understanding. And I paid attention in school. I don't give a fuck what teacher's teaching this lesson. It don't make sense. Y'all stay woke, though. I just get some new tea with this Kada Scott case. Bro, we gonna talk about it. So this was one of my theories, but I never put it up there. I originally thought maybe her boyfriend found out she was talking to the dude and she kept denying it, and he wanted to prove to the other guy that was his girl and not the other dude, and the dude proved that he was a clown, and it escalated. But we gonna talk about it. So you mean to tell me the Kada Scott girl boyfriend is related, a relative to the brown girl whose phone was used to call her and text her that it was Keon's number? That's crazy. So now it's looking like her boyfriend was the clown and wanted to prove to niggas he wasn't a fucking doormat. So it escalated. That's probably who she was arguing with when the co-worker heard her arguing, like, are you dead ass asking me about that right now? And then got into another car. She was arguing with her boyfriend on the phone and then got in the car with Keon. And the reason why I say that is because the boyfriend said he called her, the call never went through. Then he said he texted her, the text messages ain't go through. But it shows on her phone that the text messages was delivered and the phone call did go through. So what else is he hiding? On top of that, he's a contractor. Make that shit make sense. He probably the one that dug the hole. That Kada Scott case is just messy as fuck. I need these cops to reveal exactly what the fuck happened, because we cannot wait to trial. We the people need to know now, because this is some sticky, icky shit. R.I.P. to Kada Scott. She didn't deserve that. No woman deserves that. But this is why women need to stop playing with men and men need to stop playing with women. If that's who you want to be your main, your wife, whatever, your everything, make it just that person. Stop the tit for tat shit. Stop trying to make a person jealous, because, baby, it's only going to get you wherever you going on the other side. And we don't know if it's heaven or hell, because we don't know what you lived your life like. But y'all stay woke, stay dangerous. This some tea.
In reference to the Kada Scott case, I have the full documentation for the probable cause affidavit. What I want to discuss today is the data on her devices and when they last pinged and when they were last seen, as well as dig into it and give y'all a visual. Let's dive. For y'all to look at what was said in the affidavit, it says iPad last seen or pinged at 10:21 p.m. near 6845 Anderson Street. iPhone last seen 10:4 at 10:24 near 6921 Anderson Street. And then the iWatch was last seen 10:5, 1:14 a.m. at Albury Road. Let me give y'all a visual. So first, from those two pings, from the iPad and the iPhone, it is a 1 minute drive. 1 minute drive time. From the location of the iPad at 10:21 to the iPhone at 10:24, that is 3 minutes. That means there was some type of struggle going on inside that vehicle for them to take 3 minutes to get from point A to point B. Now, I know they said that Kada Scott possibly was unalived around that time. So I think, and this is my opinion, Kada Scott was unalived right before 10:21 or right at that time. Now with the iWatch last seen at 1:14 a.m. going into October 5th, that makes me believe that they did not know or realize that Kada had a watch on based off the position of her body in that vehicle. Therefore, right here it says this placed her watch stationary at the rec center lot after the suspect phone left the area. So they left with her devices, but that watch stayed in one place. Stay tuned for more digging. Y'all, let's talk Kada Scott. This is the 23-year-old in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who was missing and later found deceased in a fresh, shallow grave. Now, we know that Kada had this boyfriend or this guy that she was dating by the name of Taz. That's what he said he went by. Well, let's dig into it. This is Taz's Instagram account, okay? You'll see up here that he has a business page, a landscaping company. Let's look. He has this landscaping company here, okay? I want y'all to remember landscaping. And on the landscaping company page, it shows his name or a name to contact by the name of Ramir. Well, I found Ramir, and Ramir has a record. Not only does he have a record, but he has a record that is very similar to Keon. That record shows simple assault, conspiracy to simple assault, conspiracy to aggravated assault, attempts to cause serious bodily injury, or causes injury with extreme indifference, possession of instrument of crime with intent, and disorderly conduct hazardous. Now, this man also violated his probation multiple times. He had got probation for these charges and other charges with basically changing the serial number on a gun multiple times, also unauthorized use of a vehicle, and his latest one was driving without license. He had got probation for some charges. He violated his probation multiple times. He then was sentenced to incarceration for, I believe, minimum of 2 years. This right here shows Ramir was once in the system for either possibly probation or actually in the prison system. Now, he stated the last communication that he had with her was possibly right before she went missing. I don't know if y'all believe that, but let me not forget to tell y'all the area and the direction that the person walked off going north, going up past Ada Lewis whenever they first unalived Kada Scott. That's the same direction Ramir lives. Stay tuned for more information. Y'all, I have more people to talk about in regards to the case of Kada Scott. Now, we know that one person is only arrested right now. That is Keon King. He is charged with her murder and multiple other things, including kidnapping, arson, and conspiracy. Let's talk about her. This is Larisha Lopez. This is the one that lived at the house on Belmar Terrace, as well with Madeline Brown. Those two people are connected to the Text Now account. Larisha was interrogated, as well as she was the individual that was with Keon King the day that he got pulled over on October 1st or 2nd, one of those days. I can't remember which day exactly. Well, do y'all remember Keon King's car being on Marketplace? This car right here. Look right here. Look in this window reflection. You see boots, black boots? This is from Lopez's Facebook account. Those black boots right down there, they look familiar. They look like the same boots that are inside that Marketplace picture reflection. Now, during her interrogation, there was a lot of things that didn't add up. She's the one that also denied Madeline giving that Text Now, the phone that was linked to that Text Now account, to her, to the police, but Madeline said different. Stay tuned for more information.
The family of Kada Scott is asking for attorney Shaka Johnson to withdraw from representing Keon King.
And you know that name because the 21-year-old faces numerous charges in the death of Kada Scott, including murder, kidnapping, conspiracy, abuse of corpse, and tampering with evidence.
In a Change.org petition, the Scott family says in part, quote, Philadelphia attorney Shaka Johnson has chosen to represent Keon King in this deeply painful and high-profile case. While every person has the right to legal representation, this comes a point where morality must outweigh professional ambition. So with those comments, we wanted to get the comment from Shaka Johnson himself. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Who approached you to take the case in the first place?
His parents.
Keon King's parents?
Yes, his parents.
Now, are you the one that convinced him to turn himself in?
I walked in with him. Yes, I turned him in, and that was before he was formally charged with anything having to do with her disappearance, her kidnapping, the arson, the murder subsequently. That was before any of that.
But you were already representing him officially at that point?
On the strangulation case that you've now heard about, that they're calling the first one. Right. The district attorney contacted me directly. That's why these remarks are so, quite frankly, nonsensical. Because the district attorney contacted me and said, listen, I understand you're representing Keon King on this first strangulation. No doubt there may be some other charges coming down the pipe, but would you surrender him? Consulted with my client, consulted with his parents, we decided to do that. had no idea that this had any relationship to Kada Scott or this sort of
well,
case
why
of
would
this
the parents
magnitude.
ask you to represent it? So did they, well, they saw the news coverage, did they think their son did it?
No. They came to me long before they knew their son was ever involved. His name was even swept up in this whole case. They had no idea. No idea. They thought that their son was in very little trouble. Very little trouble.
Well, then why turn himself in?
Well, because they're law-abiding folks. The parents are salt-of-the-earth people. If their son is being sought after, they want to hire an attorney. Please get to the bottom of it. See why the authorities.
Exactly. So that's where they wanted to
see
comply.
why my son is being sought after, and let's investigate it. That's exactly what it is. They had no idea he was associated with this. We obviously came to find that out, and at that point, I was already his attorney.
And because of the strangulation case, why was he out?
The case was withdrawn. That strangulation.
Because the victim didn't show up in court.
Because the victim did not show up in court.
Why don't they just do it by Zoom?
Well, no. You have the right. We have constitutional protections, and people have to come to court. You can't wage allegations against a person and then get on the computer. You got to come down, participate in the process that you began.
But aren't there some cases where even, for example, like domestic violence, or the situations where even if the victim isn't able to come forward, that they're still able to prosecute, or is that just a different scenario?
No, it's a slightly different scenario.
Okay.
But in this particular case, she was given the opportunity to come to court twice. She didn't come to court, and so the case was withdrawn. As happens, let me be clear, this is not something that is highly irregular. It'll happen probably 50 times today. It happens every day. When I say every day, not once or twice.
Where victims are not,
where cases are withdrawn or discharged, or the government voluntarily withdraws the charges because the so-called victim or the complainant is not there.
If nobody agrees to defend him as an attorney, is that when they appoint a public defender?
Well, I don't know that many people would not agree to defend him. We represent, when I say we, I'm speaking about the criminal defense bar. We represent people from all walks of life who are accused of all manner of heinous crimes, okay? And
I remember didn't you represent a Proud Boy at one time?
Yes, I did. I represented Zachary Real, or one of the leader of the Proud Boys.
Did you have any folks from the community upset when you were representing him?
I got no emails. I got no social media, whatever. I got none of that. And I'm talking about, and he was obviously not the most high-profile person. Of course, you remember when I went and got Maurice Hill from that police barricade standoff for 8 hours. This is what I do. This is what I do.
And how long have you been doing this?
Almost 20 years.
So is this the first time then that you've seen, because there's a petition that's also been put out that has about 2,000 signatures of people asking for you to withdraw from representing Keon King. Here is the about 2,500 petition. People have been posting. Have you ever had reaction like this from the community for representing someone or different?
No, I never. And quite frankly, I'm not sure if it's the clickbait. Like, I'm not sure why this particular case, like why this one case, because you cover news, you cover violent crimes. You know, there are people getting killed on a daily basis in this community. I'm not talking about worldwide. In our city of Philadelphia, there are men and women and boys and girls murdered daily. They all have lawyers. So I'm not sure why this particular case.
Maybe it's all because everybody involved in the case is black.
Well, we're in Philadelphia. Out of the 1.6 million people in this town, most of the crimes in that criminal justice center are perpetrated against black people by black people.
Well, and we should mention that was brought up in the petition. If you look at what's on the website, it says, as a respected black attorney, Shaka Johnson's involvement in this case sends a chilling message to the black community that even those who claim to fight for justice are willing to defend known abusers, even those responsible for harming and killing black women.
Yeah, that's really sad rhetoric, and people should be really more conscious of their words and the things they put out to the unsuspecting public, because if they were to take just one moment to get from behind the computer and come down to the courthouse, you would see that the rooms are chock full of people who are accused, people who look like me, accused of committing domestic violence, against people who are against victims who look like me as well. And they have black attorneys, black private attorneys, black public defenders. I don't know that this is necessarily black versus white, honestly. I think this is more about the reputation that I've garnered as a successful attorney.
I think that's part of it. You have been very successful. Maybe they think you're too successful. Answer a couple other charges. He's doing it for money.
Me? No. I could do this case for free. It wouldn't really affect my bottom line.
Okay, doing it for notoriety.
Then what do we say about, I mean, I know we don't have that sort of time and we're not here for that, but I could give you probably 15 cases that I've done in the last maybe 5 years that are of higher notoriety than this, to be honest with you, right? So that's not it. People come to your office and they consult with you and they say, listen, Alex, at one point there was a gentleman, giving you some grief and it had to go to court. That gentleman had an attorney. Right? So people have attorneys. That is part of the constitutional protections, what few we have left. Those are the constitutional protections that are still in place. Due process. You get a lawyer when you are accused of a crime, and you get a lawyer of your choosing.
Is this hurtful for you?
No, I don't operate on the frequency of social media. I'm not on that bandwidth at all.
One last thing, just since you've been representing him even before these charges came out, and I know this is going to be played out in court, so there's probably not too much you can say, but is there more about, because people have been assuming and trying to figure out all kinds of reasons, is there more that we will learn about Keon King? Do you think he is mentally stable enough to do trial?
I think you're going to hear some more about Keon King, and the reason why I have been interestingly quiet, right? Because I think you both know that I'm not afraid of cameras. I'm not afraid of a microphone. I will pull up a podium. That's what I do. In this particular case, you've noticed I have been deafeningly silent. I haven't said a single word. This is my second interview. I did one Friday and then one today on this particular subject matter, and nothing about the case, because I want this to play out in court where the rules are different. The court of public opinion has no rules. You can do what you want, say what you want, like the DA's been doing so far. I am not doing that. I want this to play out in court where we have rules.
Okay, we want to get you on tape saying this. Will you withdraw from this case? Well, that's your side of the story.
And I'm sticking to it.
Right.
Yes, thank you. And we also want to mention, of course, that we've been talking with the family, and if the family's more to say, we will also get their side, as we played some quotes for you there
But they
from their
asked
petition.
that everybody stop, asking them for statements until this woman is laid to rest, and so we'll respect that for sure.
True.
But
And that's part of the reason, can I just say that, Alex? That's part of the reason that I haven't said very much. I'm trying to show the most respect, and I think you can do two of these things at the same time. You can show respect to the decedent and her family, and sort of, believe it or not, the defense attorney can be a part of that healing process. You can, which is why I've been quiet and just doing the work where the courtroom suggests I do the work.
All right, it'll be played out in court. We'll come right back.